This is how you can knit and darn to repair a knit sweater. Here we can see that some of the knit stitches have come undone, but luckily it's just sort of like a ladder. All you'll need for this part is a small crochet hook, and you'll grab the first loop that you see, and you will start to pull the next row of yarns that are above that loop through the original loop. You'll continue to do that for all of the sections, and then once you get to the top, you can use something like a safety pin to hold the knit structure in place. Now you can repeat this process on all of the sections where the knit stitch has come undone using the crochet hook. And then once you get to the top of the next section, you'll do the same thing where you will take a safety pin, or this could even be a cable needle, something like that, to hold your knits into place. After you have that next section all settled, you can use the safety pin to hold your yarns into place. And then you can sort of examine, and you'll see that the knit structure looks a little bit different than it did before, but we're looking for function here, and it is functional and not going to fall off. The next step that you're going to do is find some yarn that is similar in fiber content and color. And if the yarn is too thick, that is no problem. All you need to do is split the ply. So here I'm just going to split the yarn in half so that I've got about 3 plies on each of those. And then we're going to start the darning process with a darning needle and the yarn. Here you're going to start to weave through the back of the sweater into these purl stitches. These are the stitches that look like seas or waves, and the knit stitches are on the outside. It might be different based on what kind of structure your sweater is made of, but go ahead and do a few rows of this. You don't even need to knot your yarn. If you have it woven in there, it will stay in place. And from the back side, I'm just going to start to connect the part that came undone to the neckband. So the back of the base of the sweater to the neckband. And you'll just continue to weave these sections together, and don't worry about the loops quite yet. If you do see a little loop that's on the neckband or a portion of the sweater that you can grasp onto, that loop can come undone. So if you can snag it now with a darning needle, that's a great idea. There isn't a perfect way to do this. If it's made with love and you are intending just to extend the life of this sweater, that is all that you need. Continue the darning process for as long as you need, and when you are ready to be done, all you need to do is weave the tail or the yarn that you're using back and forth, left, right, or in sort of a box. Basically, you just want to make it into a shape that's not going to be a straight line. So you can imagine making a square or a triangle, and this will make it so that the yarn stays in place. And if you don't have a knot, then if the yarn gets washed or anything like that, it's less likely to pull. Now we are going to connect those stitches that you used the crochet hook for. And I'm going to start the same process again, where I'm going to be darning by going back and forth on the back of the sweater, over and under these purl stitches on the back. The knit stitches are on the front. And then I'm going to connect the loops. So basically what I'm doing here is just creating a knot so that the thread, the yarn, does not come undone. And now what I'm going to do is go over under a couple of the yarns on the outside, and then I'm going to grab 1 or 2 of the loops that I have on the safety pin, and then I will connect them to the collar so that those loops do not come undone. Again, you could be a real perfectionist about this, if that is what is going to make you happy, but mostly if you can just make sure that you're securing any loose ends and connecting them together with the yarn that you have selected to darn your fabric with, it's gonna work out great. Plus, I like visible mending so that you can kind of see what has happened. It shows that you really cared to extend the life of your garment, and that is what matters here. I hope this helps you repair a sweater that you have.